Part 1: The Awakening. In the heart of the bustling city of Valtoria, nestled among towering skyscrapers and neon lights, lived a woman named Evelyn Harper. Evelyn was known for her calm demeanor and quiet strength, qualities that had seen her through years of marriage to the ambitious but often inattentive Robert Harper, a successful architect. Robert's work demanded long hours and frequent travel, leaving Evelyn to navigate life mostly on her own. Evelyn's days were a blur of routine: morning jogs, managing their elegant penthouse, and occasional volunteer work at the local community center. Yet beneath her composed exterior, a yearning for something more simmered. She had dreams, passions, and a fierce spirit that had long been subdued by the expectations of her role as the perfect wife. One crisp autumn morning, as the golden leaves fluttered outside the window, Evelyn found herself standing on the balcony, staring at the distant horizon. The city stretched out before her, a labyrinth of possibilities. A thought, wild and unbidden, sparked within her. What if she stepped out of the shadows of her predictable life and embraced the unknown? Her heart pounded with a mix of fear and excitement as she considered the idea. It was then that the phone rang, jolting her from her reverie. It was Robert, his voice brisk and businesslike. "Evelyn, I'll be away for another week. The Tokyo project needs my immediate attention," he said, not waiting for her response before ending the call. Evelyn sighed, placing the phone back on the sleek marble counter. This was nothing new. Robert's absence had become a constant in her life. But today, something was different. Today, the spark inside her ignited into a flame. She decided it was time to take control of her destiny. Evelyn walked to the bedroom, her mind racing. She opened the wardrobe, pulling out a suitcase that hadn't been used in years. She packed quickly, her movements purposeful. She included practical clothes, a few cherished items, and almost as an afterthought, a small ornate dagger, an heirloom from her grandmother, symbolizing courage and protection. With a deep breath, she left a note on the kitchen counter for Robert, explaining that she needed some time away to rediscover herself. She didn't provide details, knowing that if she did, he might try to stop her. Evelyn locked the door behind her and descended to the street below, her heart pounding with a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration. As she walked through the bustling streets of Valtoria, she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in years. She headed towards the train station, her mind made up. Her destination, the small coastal town of Avalon, a place she had visited as a child, where the sea met the sky in a breathtaking dance of colors. The train ride was long, giving Evelyn ample time to reflect. She thought about the life she had built with Robert, the compromises she had made, and the dreams she had shelved. She realized that, despite everything, she didn't regret her marriage. She loved Robert, but she had lost herself in the process of supporting his dreams. Arriving in Avalon as the sun set, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Evelyn felt a rush of nostalgia and anticipation. The salty sea breeze filled her lungs, and the distant sound of waves crashing against the shore welcomed her like an old friend. She checked into a charming bed and breakfast overlooking the sea. The owner, a kind elderly woman named Clara, greeted her warmly, sensing a kindred spirit in Evelyn. That evening, as she stood on the balcony of her room, gazing out at the moonlit ocean, Evelyn made a silent vow to herself. This was her time to rediscover who she was, to live boldly and unapologetically. Little did she know, her journey of self-discovery would soon become a thrilling adventure, filled with unexpected challenges and newfound allies. Evelyn Harper was about to embark on the most daring chapter of her life, one that would change her forever. Part 2. Evelyn awoke to the gentle sound of waves lapping against the shore and the soft cries of seagulls overhead. The morning light filtered through the lace curtains, casting delicate patterns on the wooden floor. She stretched luxuriously, feeling more alive and invigorated than she had in years. Today marked the beginning of her new life, and she was ready to embrace whatever came her way. After a hearty breakfast served by Clara, who regaled her with stories of the town's history and its hidden gems, Evelyn decided to explore. She donned a simple yet elegant sundress and set out with a sense of purpose. The town of Avalon was a charming mix of cobblestone streets, quaint shops, and vibrant markets. As she wandered through the streets, Evelyn felt her spirit lifting with every step. She soon found herself at the edge of a cliff, overlooking the vast, shimmering ocean. The view was breathtaking, the endless expanse of water mirroring the sky's azure hue. It was here that she noticed a small, hidden path leading down to a secluded beach. Intrigued, she followed the path, her curiosity piqued. As she descended, Evelyn encountered a young artist, a man in his early 30s, painting the serene landscape. He had tousled dark hair and intense green eyes that seemed to capture the very essence of the scene before him. His name was Daniel, and he lived in Avalon, finding inspiration in its natural beauty. Evelyn watched him work, captivated by the fluidity of his brushstrokes and the passion evident in his eyes. After a few moments, Daniel noticed her and smiled warmly. "Hello there, enjoying the view?" She nodded, her eyes meeting his. "It's beautiful. I've never seen anything quite like it." He put down his brush and approached her, extending a hand. "I'm Daniel. Are you visiting?" "Evelyn," she replied, shaking his hand. "Yes, just arrived yesterday. I needed a change of scenery." Daniel's eyes sparkled with understanding. Avalon has a way of calling to those in need of a fresh start. "What brings you here?" Evelyn hesitated for a moment before answering. "I needed to find myself again, to rediscover who I am." Daniel nodded thoughtfully. "I can relate. This place has a way of revealing truths we didn't know we were searching for." They spent the afternoon talking, sharing stories and laughter. Daniel showed her around the hidden beach, pointing out unique shells and sea creatures. Evelyn felt a deep connection forming, not just with Daniel, but with the place itself. For the first time in years, she felt truly seen and heard. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, they sat on the sand, the waves gently lapping at their feet. Daniel turned to her, his gaze intense yet soft. "Evelyn, I see a fire in you, a desire for more. What is it you seek?" Evelyn looked out at the endless expanse of ocean, her heart pounding. "I want to live boldly, to embrace life's adventures and challenges. I want to feel alive." Daniel reached out, gently brushing a stray lock of hair from her face. "Your eyes tell me you're ready, and your lips, they speak of untold stories, of dreams waiting to be fulfilled." His words sent a shiver down her spine, awakening something deep within her. Evelyn realized that this was more than just a journey of self-discovery. It was an awakening of her true self, a woman of strength, passion, and daring. That night, back in her room at the bed and breakfast, Evelyn lay awake, her mind racing with possibilities. Daniel's words echoed in her thoughts, fueling her resolve. She knew her journey had only just begun, and she was ready to embrace it with all her heart. As the moonlight streamed through the window, casting a silvery glow, Evelyn whispered to herself, "This is my time. My story is just beginning." Little did she know, her newfound courage and determination would soon lead her into a whirlwind of events, testing her limits and pushing her beyond her wildest dreams. Evelyn Harper was ready to write her own story, one filled with daring adventures and uncharted territories. And with every step, she would discover the true power of her eyes and lips, the power to shape her destiny. Part 3, A Romantic Room. The days in Avalon passed in a blur of sunlit strolls, ocean breezes, and vibrant conversations. Evelyn and Daniel grew closer, their bond deepening with each shared moment. They explored the hidden corners of the town, discovered secret coves, and lost themselves in the beauty of the coastal landscape. For the first time in years, Evelyn felt a sense of belonging and freedom. One evening, as the sky turned a deep indigo and stars began to twinkle above, Daniel invited Evelyn to his home for dinner. His cottage was a quaint, charming abode, nestled among the cliffs, overlooking the vast expanse of the sea. As they approached, Evelyn was struck by its cozy appearance, with its whitewashed walls and vibrant garden, alive with blooming flowers. Daniel led her inside, where the interior was a perfect reflection of his artistic spirit. Paintings adorned the walls, each capturing the essence of Avalon's landscapes, and soft, warm lighting created an inviting atmosphere. The scent of freshly cooked food filled the air, making Evelyn's stomach rumble in anticipation. They dined on the terrace, a feast of grilled seafood, fresh vegetables, and a bottle of crisp white wine. The conversation flowed effortlessly, punctuated by laughter and shared stories. As they finished their meal, Daniel stood and extended his hand to Evelyn. "Come with me. I have something to show you," he said, his voice a soft murmur in the evening air. Curiosity piqued, Evelyn took his hand, allowing him to lead her through the house to a room at the back. He opened the door to reveal a breathtaking space, a room that seemed to be a work of art in itself. The walls were painted in deep, rich colors, creating a warm and intimate ambience. Candles flickered on every surface, casting a soft golden glow, and the faint scent of lavender hung in the air. In the center of the room was a large, plush bed adorned with a canopy of sheer, flowing fabric. The bed was covered in a sumptuous quilt, and scattered across it were rose petals in shades of red and pink. A large window offered a stunning view of the moonlit ocean, its gentle waves shimmering under the night sky. Evelyn gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. "Daniel, this is incredible. It's like a dream." He smiled, his eyes reflecting the candlelight. "I wanted to create a space where you could feel completely at ease, where you could let go of everything and just be yourself." She turned to him, her heart swelling with emotion. "Thank you. It's perfect." Daniel stepped closer, his gaze locking onto hers. "Evelyn, you've brought so much light into my life in such a short time. I've never felt this way before." She felt a warmth spreading through her, a connection so profound it took her breath away. "I feel the same, Daniel. You've awakened something in me, something I didn't know was missing." He reached out, gently cupping her face in his hands. "Then let's not waste any more time." His lips met hers in a tender, passionate kiss, sending a shiver of electricity through her. Evelyn felt herself melting into him, their connection deepening with every heartbeat. It was as if the world had faded away, leaving only the two of them in this magical, intimate space. They spent the night in each other's arms, sharing whispered secrets and tender caresses. The room became a sanctuary of love and discovery, where time stood still and the outside world ceased to exist. Evelyn felt a sense of peace and fulfillment she had never known, her heart and soul completely entwined with Daniel's. As the first light of dawn filtered through the window, casting a soft glow over the room, Evelyn lay awake, watching Daniel sleep beside her. She knew that this moment, this connection, was a turning point in her life. She had found not only a partner, but also a kindred spirit who saw her for who she truly was. With a contented sigh, she nestled closer to him, closing her eyes and letting the warmth of their love envelop her. Evelyn Harper had embarked on a daring journey of self-discovery, and in the process, she had found something even more precious, a love that was as deep and boundless as the ocean itself. The adventure was far from over, but for now, she was exactly where she needed to be. And as she drifted into a peaceful sleep, she knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, she would face them with the strength and courage she had found within herself, and with Daniel by her side.